Today I'm with one of Africa's most celebrated gospel artists, Diana Hamilton, who is the most famous person in your contacts right
It's a contact I like to keep to my chest.
now, to your chest.
I can sing it in my dreams.
Yeah, I can
Levels
guess.
are very relative. Be a blessing within your sphere
Yeah.
and then watch for God.
YTV, yearn for more.
You just logged into another beautiful edition of Big Vibes with TV. Today I'm with one of Africa's most celebrated gospel artists, Diana Hamilton.
At your feet forever, my God, and I'll be seen.
Miss Hamilton, how are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, so we are glad to know that you are fine. Yesterday was Valentine's Day.
Okay.
I mean, we are still in the month of love. How did you spend it?
How did I spend it?
Yes, please.
I went for interviews.
Wow,
I was doing a lot of media rounds, but my husband brought me my flowers.
interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. So, I mean, your interviews, I guess, have all been serious
Mhm.
and it's all about work, work, work.
Mhm.
But I know the people out there want to know a little bit outside that work space.
Okay.
So, with this interview and this talk, we're actually going to bring this out.
Okay.
So, Miss Hamilton, who is the most famous person in your contacts right
You don't want to know.
now? I want to know.
It's a contact I like to keep to my chest.
Your chest.
Yeah. It's yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so apart from your songs,
Hmm.
which other gospel song would you say is your favorite?
Which other gospels? Every time, and a song that blesses me. But there's a song by C.C. Winans.
Okay,
The room grew still. The title is Alabaster Box.
can you give us a bit of it? Like,
As she made her way to Jesus,
wow,
she stumbled through the tears that made her blind. She felt such pain. Some spoke in anger. Heard folks whisper, "There's no place here for her kind." I could go on and on. It's
yeah,
my favorite. I can sing it in my dreams.
yeah, I can see, I can see. Okay, so you being a gospel artist, I mean, you know, with the gospel fraternity, it's a bit territorial.
Is it?
When I say it, that's how we feel about it. Like that's how we see it.
Mhm.
What do you have to say about that?
Because you are not in.
Mm, I guess. But then with the younger generation, it looks like it's very hard to get up there to, like, let's say, to get to Joe Metal, to get to whoever. It's very hard to get to their level.
Listen, um, it's gonna be difficult to answer because I don't know what level we
Yeah,
want to attain. Levels are very relative.
yeah,
Do you get what I mean?
yeah, I get
Levels are
it.
very relative. Maybe there's a level you might want me to reach
Yeah,
that I'm not there, and if I'm not there, maybe you think I'm not there yet. Is
yeah,
that where God wants me to be?
I understand.
So levels are very relative.
Okay,
It's who are you blessing within your sphere of influence,
yeah,
which is very important.
okay,
Because if I'm able to bless you, then you are going to tell Ijeoma about it,
yeah,
and then it begins to carry on. I think the issue happens when I'm ignoring you sitting next to me and I'm trying to impress
yeah,
that one there.
yeah,
That's when it becomes difficult.
okay.
Yeah.
So, lady, we've seen some gospel artists switch, and then all of a sudden they are doing secular. What is your advice to that artist who is doing gospel right now, but because maybe he feels I can't do, or he feels he's not, things are not going on, so he wants to switch to secular? What are you going to say to him?
Hold on.
Yeah,
Believe in the God who's called you.
yeah.
Have patience and watch Him work.
But you personally, did you ever in your life feel like, okay, so doing this gospel, it's not working. So why don't I follow these secular people, do what they are doing, and then just go up?
This has been my life. This is what I love to do. It was
Yeah,
never a time I sat to think switch or
yeah. But where do you again draw the line between ministry and commercialization? Because right now you see with gospel shows, um, some of them are ticketed.
okay.
So meaning they have to pay for stuff before people can even come for the events. Where do you draw that line?
Is there a line? It's we're doing ministry,
Yeah,
and for when Jesus came and was evangelizing,
yeah,
he one time had to ask the fishermen to give him their boat
yeah.
so he could stand on and preach the gospel.
I understand.
You need a medium through which you can preach the gospel.
Okay.
And everyone in their relationship with God and what God has discussed has told them to
Yeah,
do.
I
And
understand.
so it's important we do Jesus and watch him do the rest.
Okay. So this is actually my final question.
Okay.
Then I think we can just move on. How do you think the artists coming up can get support from the mainstream artists?
Okay. I think when you say there's a lot of mentoring going on,
Yes,
as in people are mentoring young, up and coming, not even physically, but I'm sitting here loving Sissy Winans' songs.
yeah,
I'm sitting here being blessed by Daughters of Glorious Jesus, but I'm not constantly on the phone to them.
yeah.
I've sat under Sissy Winans' ministry. Have I ever spoken to her? No. Has
Wow.
she mentored me? Yes. And so I think it's important that we allow ourselves to be mentored and also walk the walk and be a blessing. Like I think the first question you asked,
Yeah,
like I said, be a blessing within your sphere
yeah.
and then watch what God will do.
Wow. This is
Yeah.
actually very inspiring, and yeah, this is what Big Bites is actually about. And I'm glad I have Miss Diana Hamilton gracing this for us.
Thank you. Well done.